This is rock, just the way you like it. On the other side of WUEV 91.5 FM, Evansville.
It's been a hot second. I'm back. Moose is back. We got a guest.
Gio.
Yeah, King Kold in the house.
King Kold the rapper. What's up, Evansville, Indiana? What up, UE? I'm here, baby.
The whole, 3 students left near or on campus.
What up, all 3 students here, baby?
It's all right. So, if you've been following me on social media, you saw the awful news. UE decided they're going to sell the station. Of course, they were very transparent in how they made their announcement.
As always.
Went out in an email to students after everybody left.
Yeah.
Good. Strategically.
Yeah, I mean...
Look, it's a rough blow for everybody that lives in Evansville. Not only just the students, man, because as a fan of radio, you see the trend happening more and more.
Oh sure, radio's dying, man.
Man, it's disappointing, Video killed the radio star, baby, and it started way back when, and now we see where the industry is taking itself.
Yeah, and even scarier is CD sales.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, everything's digital download, man. Everything.
Or everybody's on.
You should see my trunk. It'll argue with you about that.
Well, look, I'm the same way, dude. I've got an outrageously big collection of. I like collecting a bunch of underground rap music just in case something happens to these artists or whatever, dude. I've got a vault, but not everybody feels the same way and is passionate about it like that.
I mean, I'll use Spotify and whatnot. I mean, that's what I mainly use when I'm out and about. But
a lot of people are on the vinyl resurge,
Oh, yeah. I've got a bunch of people that are like, yo, put out a vinyl. And I'm like, hey, that's a big investment for a maybe,
Yeah.
You press it up and get your DJ and then you cut it up all night,
Well, look, I mean, a lot of times when I do events, there is a DJ that is involved with it, but it's just a different world. Even DJs are using a digital setup and everything runs through a computer system. It's just a different world, man. So very few guys use wax, but you know what? Shout out to Jones Capone, because I know that dude still uses wax.
Oh, yeah.
And he is a DJ.
Yeah.
He is a real DJ, baby. He is a great human being, and I love Walt forever. Really, I do. It's a long story.
So you kind of balance the, what is wrestling and the rap music game,
Yeah. Well, what originally started out, I was dabbling with music growing up, and but the wrestling came along in my early 20s. I was always in love with wrestling, but to develop yourself into a wrestler, I literally thought my whole young life of the right opportunity to because I knew if I did it, I wanted to gun-ho and 100% it, and I wanted to make sure I was physically ready and mentally ready. And then it's like having kids, bro. You're never ready. You're never can plan and plan. You're never ready, bro.
Yeah.
You just got to go in there and do it, and then you start to catch on, and things start to make more sense.
The kind of the wrestling rap game has been around for a while in wrestling, with like PG-13.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. You know what? I love those dudes, too. They were a big influence to me growing up.
Yeah.
And
they were a great tag team. They worked well together.
You know what? And the cool thing about it was they broke in Memphis, where because they were rap people and street kids, they were bad guys there, bro.
Yeah.
Because, in that day and age, they were delinquents, and dude, Tennessee was Tennessee, Now it's a different world where they would be, there's a bunch of guys that emulate exactly what they did in everyday wrestling culture and rap culture in a way, too. Because, dude, what they did was just cutting edge in general. PG-13 are amazing human beings, man. Both of them are crazy.
Who comes out with hubcaps,
Yeah, dude, the chains and everything. I thought that was so cool, man.
Yeah.
And then they claimed that they stole the hubcaps off of a car earlier in the day, and that's what really popped me. I was like, man, these guys are thugs, baby. Yeah.
And, then you find out that one of them, James Dundee's, son of a living legend, and then...
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no doubt. Bill Dundee. Yeah, no
one of the
doubt.
greatest workers in biz. You know?
No, yeah, dude, definitely a phenomenal worker. I remember when I did my very first wrestling show, he main evented, and I was just in like the battle royal thing, and when I saw him, I could not believe that he had literally like not aged at all since. I mean,
Was that the Coliseum?
No, it was at the CK Newsom Center.
Right on.
Yeah, CK
Because the
Newsom.
last time I see him wrestle, it was like a legend show down there at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
With the
I mean,
Dundee.
those are the only shows that he really even needs to do at this point because, I mean, he needs to be in his element of other stars that have done it and have already excelled and they have their personality and character. And I mean, to be a legend in wrestling, you have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. And not only that, but you have to have something about you that inspires the younger audience and younger wrestlers to want to be what you have already done and then excel more than that, you know? And Bill Dundee is definitely that guy.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them in the game that are, but, Bill Dundee, the Rock and Roll Express, PG-13, Tracy Smothers, just human beings that once they are gone, there will be a huge void in the wrestling business, It really will be.
So a little life update for people. Ryan, our beloved co-host, has went on a spiritual journey, and he is now living in Denver, Colorado.
Ha! I should go on that journey too.
Not officially. He still has his apartment here in Evansville, but he actually has a job out in Colorado.
So he went to Colorado to visit and just never came back.
He went to Colorado to apply for a job. He had a couple interviews.
Yeah.
And he's going to come back like later this week to get his shit and leave. I mean,
he's out, baby.
He's living in the land of legal weed, legal edibles.
Yeah, and I mean,
Indiana's starting to move that way though. With the
what
CBD
we are.
stuff.
I'm proud of us. I really am.
That's the thing I've never understood. It's like the fact that you can get more time in jail for having a couple grams of pot on you than you do for murder.
And child molesters being set
through.
You
You want to know what it is? The guys that are doing weed are people. Okay, so the prison system is a big work, and what I mean by that is there are 100 businesses that run through prison labor. All right, so they don't want a guy that's weird and messed around with some kids messing with their product.
Yeah.
All right, so they want those dudes out and gone as soon as possible. They want a weed head in there that's going to give them 12 months hard labor and manufacture as many horse saddles or whatever they have to make.
Some do license plates, right?
Yeah. So I mean, really, it's all money. Ask Michael Jordan, baby. I love Michael Jordan, but dude, he invested in a bunch of prisons, and people look at him funny for it, And I mean, whatever.
Well, whatever makes him a buck. I mean,
he knows there's always going to be a need for prison, so he's
Oh, dude, he'll always have money. You can't.
Yeah, man.
knock Michael Jordan
if you
for
can
it.
go to sleep and make money while you're sleeping,
Right, yeah, that's why I
you're
do
success,
music, Digital downloads make that possible. If I only sold CDs, I couldn't make money while I sleep.
Yeah.
But, dude, I wake up with money. It's beautiful. I take a shower and make money.
It reminds me of the song Famous by Puddle of Mud. Might play that later. But it talks about, like, sleep all day, still get paid. Like, that's the life. I mean,
Only I can't sleep all day. But, yeah, 100%, dude. Like, it's... If I didn't have kids and I wasn't so ambitious, I would definitely sleep all day. But between wrestling, a podcast, a music career, 3 rental houses, I stay busy, man.
Oh, yeah,
I always have something going on. Always. My wife hates me. I'm always busy.
She don't hate that money, no, does she?
Nah, man, she likes the new van she just got. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes the new van. Hey, isn't that sweet? You saw it. Yeah, Cluid saw it. Shout out Cluid. Ah!
We're going to get back to music here. We got some news in the music world. It's kind of shocking here from over the weekend, and then concert announcements, a lot of fun stuff coming up as well. We got Slipknot, Pulse of the Maggots from 2004. Alondria from Foo Fighters, followed by Disturbed's Prayer. And if you have a request tonight, 812-488-2020 is the number to call. Peace out. Welcome back. Interesting weekend. Like I said, I was up in Fort Wayne doing my stuff. Traveling for events. It's like a second job now for me. I traveled to Madison, Wisconsin, and that's why I was not here last weekend. And then up in Fort Wayne this weekend, hanging out with some friends and getting paid to do it.
Nice.
So,
What's up, man?
So tell us about your tattoo plans.
Well, so on Twitter, for those of you who follow me, you've already seen it. Made a deal that if Portland Trailblazers win a game against the Golden State Warriors, I will get a tattoo of my ass crack of Damian Lillard.
It's tremendous.
I made this deal. My friend said, Portland will at least win one game. I was like, all right, here's the deal. If they don't, you give me $200. If they do, I'll get a tattoo of Damian Lillard above my ass.
Bruh, that is a serious bet.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That is
this
a
will
real
ruin
bet.
my life.
Like a big,
This will ruin my life.
a big tattoo, or just like something above the crack.
It has to be at least a foot.
A foot,
In height, yeah.
12 inches on your back. Bruh, that is a portrait.
Yeah.
Holy.
We're going all in on this. So, like,
Right.
right now, Golden State's
better
down
hope-
4.
You better
You
watch
better
that
hope they
game
pull it
and
out,
pray.
bro.
Oh, Lord. That's
I've
tremendous.
already got people who've sent me sketches, too. So, I mean,
Oh, so people are sketching you tattooed.
yeah,
like
they're
this,
like, yo, be
planning
ready
out
for
your
this.
ass crack tattoo.
But, it's good.
You just never know.
Oh, hopefully your team doesn't crack up.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't crack under pressure.
Oh, shit.
But,
Lord.
yeah, so, as far as music news, lots of concerts coming. Evansville's, man, I don't know. They got Shinedown coming again this October with Papa Roach. Now, Moose has already discussed this.
Not a Papa Roach fan.
Not a Papa Roach fan?
No, sir.
To each their own.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a fan of them,
Yeah.
but there are worse bands out there that I tolerate least. You know,
Sure.
that's- you know what I'm
There
saying?
are
That's
lots
real.
of worse bands
Oh, you
out
know
there.
what? Sidebar. So I saw Finger 11 in concert, and they were really, really not good. And that's not to smash any Finger 11 fans, but the lead singer got mad at the crowd for their lack of reaction. And, you know, how mad do you want to be?
You know as well as I do, being in the business you're in, you gotta put,
Dude, you have good crowds and you have bad crowds,
Yeah.
and it's not even that it was a bad crowd. It was like the show got backed up. Sick Puppies were supposed to be there and didn't show up, so it was Finger 11, Stained, and
Stained,
Three Doors
there you go.
Down. And dude, I'm telling you, Stained was phenomenal. Three Doors Down, I could have left because I went to the concert with this girl that I dated in high school, and she hung all over me during all of their horrible love songs. And
man.
it was an atrocious situation for me.
pretty brutal, was it?
Man, dude, all of their whole catalog was lovey-dovey. You know what I'm saying? And Stained.
I mean, that's who it is. I mean, like, that's who Three Doors Down was, though.
But
you know?
man, I mean, look, they have songs that aren't lovey-dovey, though. The problem was that they played 3 lovey-dovey songs in a row, so this girl is all over me for 14 minutes, you know, want me to, like, sway back and forth. I'm like, bruh, I came to see Stained. You know what I'm saying? I did not come here to sway back and forth and be in, like, this beautiful moment.
It kind of sounds like how Puddle of Mud was a couple weeks ago when I saw them in Owensboro. They did not care about the crowd at all.
How were they, though? Because I
thought they were great.
Okay, because, I mean, the lead singer's had his little issues here
No,
and there.
yeah.
Like,
Wes Scantlin's been
I wasn't
everywhere
sure.
and nowhere at the same time.
Yeah, bruh.
No, I mean, like, the thing is they were the closer,
Okay.
and they were going to make the most money, and Wes Scantlin knew that.
Yeah.
And Saliva was really good. They pumped
love
up the
Saliva.
crowd.
Yeah, they're cool.
They had some really good music. They got people into it. Puddle of Mud came out, had a couple of mic issues. I thought he was going to walk off the stage. Kept his cool. Once all of it was fixed, he did not care.
Cool.
You know, he just breezed through his show. And it was one of those things where I was like, that's who I wanted to see. And they did exactly what I expected. But I honestly think Puddle of Mud shouldn't perform arenas. They should go for bar shows.
Yeah.
Man, it's a more like look, arena bands are like AC/DC and Metallica and
Guns N'
Ozzy
Roses.
and and Guns N' Roses. It's like, dude, they just have. It's like
They have that
with
knack,
wrestling. It's like you have John Cena, you have The Rock, and then if you throw King Cold on that same show, I'm not gonna get the same. It's not gonna be the same, bro, because I market myself from an independent wrestling aspect. But dude, they have the big show mentality. So AC/DC, has just a different whole theatric about them that Puddle of Mud doesn't have. So yeah, they should kind of be the more chill,
and
laid back crowd.
And like, that's why I don't understand why all these big names try to get into the Ford Center. It's first off, if they don't sell a lot of tickets, it doesn't look good for them at all.
Nah,
I mean, like,
because that place is huge.
I mean,
It
we
just
went
looks
we went to
really
Godsmack and Volbeat, and there was, tons of seats open. Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 tickets sold,
Bruh,
and
that's rough.
it looked
Because
empty.
It
in a
fits 30,
situation,
doesn't it? Or 28 or 26 or
It's a 10,000 seater. So, but during
you got to
concerts,
think about this, man. They're still getting their guarantee for being there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're
So,
paid anyways. I mean, they sold merch, and the label books 5, different buildings a week. So whatever, you have your good days.
They
and
are
bad
going to
days.
make their money either way. But it to me, like, if I'm in a band and I see that there is 2,000 empty seats in front of me,
It's rough.
it's rough.
It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. Yeah.
especially if you care about the music.
Yeah.
Now, there's some who I can genuinely say I've noticed that they stopped caring about the music and they're only doing it for money.
Well, dude, it's when you get signed to a label, you'll get a business advance to build your project, and you've got to work your butt off to pay that back. And I mean, when you're an established artist like Godsmack, you have a guarantee. Your money is there. You're paid so much in advance, and you get a cut out of the merchandise. And like I said, you have good shows, you have bad shows. If it works out for them, it works out great for them. If it doesn't, it's tax write-off later in the year.
And now I'm excited because we got to start planning these rock festivals coming.
Boom, boom,
So
boom.
Bourbon and Beyond, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I believe, of September. Last weekend of September, we got Louder Than Life. Another, just super stacked, top to bottom.
Oh, it's so... I saw
Guns N'
the
Roses and Deftones are the closer.
Sweet, bruh.
Great bands.
Ice Cube is the opener of those 3.
Oh, sweet.
So it's like Ice Cube,
You got a new
Deftones,
record
Guns N'
out.
You know
Roses.
what's funny too? My wife was like, "Why is Ice Cube?" I see, Deftones and Ice Cube, and I'm like, "Look, Ice Cube is
He can rock.
Not only that, but dude, he has done a multitude of amazing performances, and he was on the Family Values tour, bruh. That was Korn, Limp Bizkit, a plethora of phenomenal bands. I think
That's what makes a good festival is diversity.
yeah,
in
but
music,
dude, Ice Cube's hard enough in rap music to where, dude, heavy metal fans cannot deny that man. Like, he has an edge to him that is kind of the same edge that metal has, where it's just, that anti-society and establishment, and just, that raw street energy. And it doesn't matter if you're a poor white kid or a poor black kid, man. Like, you can definitely see that, Ice Cube has been there, done that, and man, he deserves those festival shows and those big events. He really does, baby.
Man, speaking of shows, you got something coming up this Saturday, don't you?
Yeah, man. New Focus Wrestling. We're going to be at Rena Center on Diamond Avenue. It's a really great canned food drive event. These benefit shows are literally my favorite shows because we get to give back to the community, and the fans are always really, really supportive of the event. So, you definitely have to check it out. Saturday, New Focus Wrestling, Rena Center, Diamond Avenue. It's going to be phenomenal, baby.
2 cans to get you in. Bell time's 5:30.
5:30, baby.
Wrestling for Hunger. Let's.
Hey, dude, I'm telling
It's
you,
a good event.
New Focus Wrestling does so much for the community, and that was part of what made me fall in love with the company to begin with. Man, they are constantly doing something good for the community, and it's just another great benefit show that we get to do.
Well, Tracy be on the show? No, he's not going to be on the
Nah, Tracy is. He's going to be working in New Orleans.
But there's still great talent on this card. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Mike Michaels will be there. Johnny Richards will be there. Dude, it's going to be just a stacked, phenomenal card. It always is. And the benefit shows are really fun because we get more interaction with the crowd than we normally would be able to, and man, I get to catch up with people a little bit.
Sweet deal.
It's sweet. It really is.
The other show I wanted to talk about, Exit 111, Manchester, Tennessee, in October.
Is that the one with Leonard Skinner?
Leonard Skinner's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
With Slayer and Megadeth.
Yeah.
Saturday, Def Leppard, ZZ Top, Ghost, and Mastodon.
Wow.
Sunday, Guns N' Roses, Deftones, Coheed and Cambria, Alter Bridge, and Lamb of God.
All sweet bands.
That's
stacked, dude.
Killer.
So
stacked.
anyone in the Manchester, Tennessee area, you're going to want tickets for that. Tickets are right now. 20% of all proceeds go back to the Save a Life charity. So
Cool.
So if you're interested, I believe it's through like the end of July. You can get through that promotion. But
Nice.
we're going to get back to music. We got Metallica, followed by Megadeth and Breaking Benjamin. Like I said, any requests, 812-488-2020. Thanks for listening. So my wallet's been looking a little light. A couple weeks ago, I spent $350 on
It's okay because your ass is about to look full.
Yeah. VIP tickets for Alice in Chains and Korn. Get to meet the band after the show.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Tell
it's
Jerry
gonna be
Cantrell what's up.
probably the greatest singer, guitar, songwriter of all time. I mean,
I don't know about the greatest, but he's up there.
I mean, he's up there. He could be in the top 100. You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely
yeah,
top 20.
100.
yeah, he's in
You
my.
think he's in top 20?
I think so.
Okay. I mean,
okay.
As far as rock
as
goes,
far
yeah.
as far as greatest, I'd probably put Terry Kath at number one.
What?
Close. Yeah.
Terry Kath
Who
from
is
Chicago Transit Authority.
I
Chicago.
mean, maybe. I mean, greatest of all time in rock.
Yeah.
Really. Over
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury. Over.
We're talking about like
Guitar
Oh, I'm
players.
sorry, my bad.
Guitar
I'm
player,
not-
singer.
No, definitely not. Dude, he can't be the best guitar player, really? Over
Oh,
Slash? Or.
He's bad. Jerry Cantrell's
like-
a bad boy.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before. Like, who do we think? Like, if we were to start a band today, who would we pick? And Jerry Cantrell's my go-to guitarist.
Okay. Word. All right.
Just-
Well, to each their own. Cool.
Eddie Van Halen I had to pick myself.
Bruh,
but-
that's. I mean, but look, are you talking like long-term longevity of what the band's going to do?
No,
and how
you
they're
get
gonna
one
do it?
album.
I mean-
You get one album.
Oh
You're
shit!
throwing
What are
on
you gonna do with one album? Okay, so you're making a Velvet Revolver album.
Yeah, like
Pretty much another
I
super
love
group,
that
you know?
album too. I really did.
Yeah.
I loved everything about that album. So.
you know, it sucks because like Velvet Revolver was amazing.
Oh,
Scott
great, dude.
Weiland's vocals.
Great. Everything about it was tight.
And I know people love Axl Rose, but I think Scott Weiland was such a step up.
So much
Yeah.
better, dude. Because there was, ironically, there was somehow less ego. I don't know how in the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how that happened. But like, if you look at the difference of like, I mean, dude has had a raging drug problem for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Off and on, and
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
has openly admitted that he's lost himself in that stuff. And like,
Yeah.
bruh,
Gets the best of him, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, it gets the best of everyone because it's
Sure.
escape, you know. So
you
you're
think
escaping.
you think about grunge, Eddie Vedder and oh geez, dude from Smashing Pumpkins is all that's left. I can't even think of his name.
I think
How do you
Vedder's
not
been-
remember dude's name from Smashing Pumpkins?
Billy Corgan.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, he's a phenomenal artist. You
I
want
think-
to talk about top 100 musicians in the world? That man, for real.
I think you and I have had this conversation before that, you know, it's the Eddie Vedder conspiracy where he's been knocking off all his
Knocking off
competitors in
everybody.
grudge. You know, he killed Lane Staley.
Oh, bruh.
You know, he killed Kurt Cobain, you know.
Bruh, that's rough.
It would be something kind of interesting because if you think about it, without Pearl Jam 10, no one ever hears of Pearl Jam. Honestly,
I mean, look,
they had songs. Don't get me wrong. They had
But-
songs over the years.
yeah, but
Daughter
I mean,
was great. They had, you know,
the Big Fish soundtrack was dope. I'm gonna
Yeah.
plug that. The Big Fish soundtrack was amazing. They
but
did a
if you
lot
think
of it.
about it, without Jeremy, Black, Alive,
Yeah,
that
that's
whole
a-
album,
yeah.
Without that,
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
think
I remember them breaking on like this late night music show I was watching. I'm like, man, who the hell are these guys? You know, they just.
But dude,
They were
that was
completely
that whole
different, you know?
scene then,
Yeah.
man. Like
That was like the start of
Seattle
it,
was
you know, here.
weird, bro.
It's,
Like that
well,
whole
you know,
scene was weird.
Seattle before grunge hit mainstream, their grunge scene had gone back years, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
you had underground bands. You had
Yeah.
your Mudhoney. You had,
Blind Melon.
Blind.
I mean, look, Brian,
Yeah.
you might not like them, but they existed.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? They were out there.
and
They
you
were
had-
part of that.
You even had like Screaming Trees, who was
Screaming
actually
trees, yeah.
who moved to the East Coast because they couldn't compete with everybody. I mean,
Well, I mean, look, you have a whole bunch of different bands in one area, and everybody's trying to make the same $500.
Everybody's
you know?
fighting over the same
And
nut,
dude,
you
it's
know.
the same thing if you have an overpopulation of rappers in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the guys in New York. You know, I mean, there's
New York,
there's
LA,
there's
Chicago.
a plethora of people there, but dude, you're really working hard to break into the clubs, and you know.
With that being said, what makes you a step above, you know,
Above everybody
you know,
else
around here, or what makes
No,
you?
I mean-
what makes you not necessarily step above, but you know, what makes you different
Okay,
than
look,
you know the local cats around? Because they're you
local
know,
cats around here. Evansville has a phenomenal musician base.
Yeah.
We just do, and that's the cool thing about us is like if we united together and worked together, dude, we could be Atlanta. We could be what Houston is doing. We could be huge. But dude, we don't. We don't work together. None of us. Well, I mean, we all kind of get along, but like everybody's beating to their own drum and doing their own thing. So like, it's not that we're a step above any of us. We're just all different, doing our own thing and diverse. So like, when one of us, like when Cass won, when Jacob's doing phenomenal, I'm not sitting in the corner upset. You know, when Jacob's out there killing it and selling vinyls and doing great shows, I mean, with Sage Francis and dudes like that, I love that, you know, because I looked up to Jacob growing up, man, because he was the guy that did it before me.
Yeah.
So, like, now I'm kind of doing my thing, you know, and I finally am getting out there and getting in magazines and people are calling me to do this and that, and dude, it's beautiful. So now it's my time. But it's not that anyone's a step above anybody. We just get in our avenue and we just happen to get there, you know, and then it's up to people to find their avenue and get there too. But dude, it's all
So-
love, you know. It
So
really is.
if somebody wanted to buy a King Kold CD,
Where would they find that?
How they go about
They go to,
getting in touch with you? Or,
Oh
you know,
no, I've got a webpage, kingcoldmerch.bigcartel.com, baby. That's my story. You can buy you a poster, a shot glass, a T-shirt, a CD. You could get you a koozie. You could get you a visor.
He'll even hang out in your backyard, drink some beer
hey
with you.
baby, you throw me a little party package, and I will definitely show up. But people ask me all the time if I'll do house parties, and the only reason why I really don't is I don't want to be arrested, or I don't want to be that guy whose concert gets turned out by police because it was too loud or whatever. You know, that's the only reason why I won't do it. But do you find me a concert hall, baby? I'm there for $2 and a McDouble. You know? Yeah, really.
let's talk about this album. The album cover is sweet. Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It is definitely sweet
The
cover.
album cover was done by Justin Parker. He's a phenomenal
local dude?
No. That is Killy. He is a phenomenal artist from Corpse Circus. Man, they are a really established rock group, or a rap group for that
I
matter.
really love the fact you're able to incorporate the parental advisory
We had
in
to.
the middle of it.
We had to, bro.
Right? You know, a lot of people just slap it in the corner.
Dude, that was 100% Justin Parker's idea too. I gave him the general idea of what I wanted the CD, you know, layouts to be, and let that man run with his art. And he did great. He knocked it out the park, you know.
Yeah, it's
I think you gave me a poster last week. The poster is phenomenal.
Yeah, dude, and it's double-sided. You know, a bunch of people were like, why would you do a double-sided poster? And I'm like, well, somebody might want this. Somebody might want that. This way they get both.
Sure.
They get tired of one. They flip it over, look at the other side. It was just a cool thing to do for the fans, man. I only did 25 of them for the first 25 people that scooped it and pre-ordered it. You know, and then you happened to get one because I gave you mine that I kept.
Well, it's framed and hung up. So.
Nice, man. That's good stuff. I appreciate that.
So the album's called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Down the Rabbit Hole, yeah. It's basically about all of the songs are different like stories and a music collection that comes from people falling into different means of escape. So like one song might be more about like Down the Rabbit Hole's about drug addiction and kind of from a first person perspective. A bunch of my friends went through drug problems. Some of them still are, and I worry about them to this day. And that was me pulling from what was going on around me and building a concept idea from it, And if you go through the album, it goes into alcoholism. It goes into the different types of escape that people get into. Some of it even touches base on like domestic issues, arguing with your wife because you got a case of the 30s. Your kids are established, and you're losing yourself in the everyday woes of being a dad. And I mean that's stuff everybody goes through. Everybody can relate to this album in one aspect or another, bruh. Real talk.
I forgot to mention this at the start. Happy birthday to my dad. Big old 47.
Boom, 47, baby.
Yeah. I'll be 46. Couple months.
You know what? You could be his dad. Y'all could be relatives.
You never know.
He's probably some weird uncle in my family.
Oh, wow, bro. Weird uncle. He didn't even call you his uncle, just
come here and sit on my lap. I'll tell you about the war.
In my day, we didn't tell adults.
But, no, it's been...
That got weird.
My dad got to go see the farewell tour of The Who over the weekend. That was his birthday gift.
Man. Actually, isn't Slayer on their last tour, too?
No, Slayer was a different show. They had it the other night.
No, I'm not on the show with The Who. I was like, ill, bro. Could you imagine?
It was so weird.
I mean, some concert promoters do that weird stuff. I'm Slayer, like, why is Tech on that?
I saw Van Halen with
Morissette.
I saw Van Halen with Kool and the gang,
See, to each their own, whatever. But yeah, that's a weird combo right there, dude.
But Kool and gang had them girls dancing.
I bet they did, baby. I mean,
pretty sure the weirdest straight lineup I ever saw. It opened up. It was like my friend's band. They were opening up for Kansas, and my friend's band is this super heavy death metal group.
And Kansas is not.
No.
Yeah.
So it was this, and then in the middle was a rapper from Ball State.
Awesome.
And I was like,
that makes
what
sense.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's different. We talked about Ice Cube and him doing it. Exhibit did a tour with Linkin Park and a couple other really cool bands. And dude, he fit in great. Because Exhibit's hard hitting and
then there's the bands that actually just do it for a living. Your Limp Bizkits and Rage Against the Machines, where they had a lot of rap and it was good.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Rage Against the Machines.
Run DMC, probably the first band I think of when I think of rock rap. But I mean that's
their stuff with Aerosmith that they did. Yeah, timeless, so dope.
They did.
So
incredible. Right after them. Anthrax with Pelican.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, and that was phenomenal too. Yeah. And I feel like that one was different because Anthrax is just there's some weird cats, man, and not in a bad way, not in a bad way at all. But when the whole Anthrax scare thing happened, man, and people were leaning on them to change their name. If you think about it, that's where our whole world is now.
Yeah.
That was where it started to begin when people started leaning on art because it rubbed them the wrong way and they were sensitive about it.
Yeah.
And Anthrax had existed for 15, 20 years before any of that happened, bruh. So know.
But, we're going to get back to music, though.
Yeah.
We actually had a request. We had a Drowning Pool request, so it's going to be Godsmack, Drowning Pool. We got Kold and Cambria, and then Ghost. So, if you guys have a request, we got 40 minutes or so left of music to play. Call in 812-488-2020. We'll get this going. So, here is Godsmack with Faceless.
This is rock, just the way you like it. On the other side of WUEV 91.5 FM, Evansville.
Listen to The Other Side, Sunday through Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. for the best rock in the tri-state on 91.5 WUEV. Welcome back.
Yep.
This is where we start getting to where, like, crunch time. Tie game. 4.5 minutes to go.
This man is sweating.
I'll tell you what, dude. I would like to add to the bet.
All right.
By saying, if Gold State pulls out 4 games, I'll buy you Moe's every Monday for a month.
Deal. All right.
Legit.
Okay?
Add into it. Sweet.
Legit.
If they lose, I get to tattoo your ass.
Oh, bruh, that is not worth 4 burritos.
Nah.
To him it is, though.
Nah.
That's
I ain't taking that risk.
Nah, that's rough.
I wouldn't.
I'll even throw in dessert, brother.
Getting a tattoo is one thing, but getting infections because you let your friend do it is stuff. Right, I don't know. There ain't a burrito big enough.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm making that needle come out your thigh.
I will say this. Evansville has a lot of great food places, but probably my favorite is that Chava's Mexican Grill.
Yeah, I love that place.
Over on First.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's real good.
You got a
stuff.
burrito, then you got the burrito.
Yeah, it's like 14 inches.
I don't eat at restaurants anymore, man. I worked in one for too long, and it's like you just don't kick the restaurant atmosphere, man. It's like, you know.
Now, you worked in one. There's a Twitter account you might actually appreciate. It's called Serving Sucks. And it's ran
that's legit.
It's ran by a friend of mine.
And is it? Okay, there's a bunch of them where they
he literally talks about because he runs a restaurant in Iowa. He's like the head chef, and his wife is like one of the lead greeters or whatever.
Yeah, a hostess, man.
And man, some of the stories he puts on there. He always does like celebrity redacted name ones, where it's like you can kind of figure out who it is based on how they're acting, you know. And that's always one of my biggest fears meeting people is like, I've always wanted to meet certain people, and then you meet them in real life, and it's just like, they're a garbage person.
Right.
That's when your heroes become villains, you know?
Yeah, from a artist perspective, you do not want to meet anyone,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, I take that back. When I met Jelly Roll, Jason was a phenomenal human being. But I have met a laundry list of people that I looked up to as a young and aspiring musician. And, bruh, train wreck, horrible personalities, really bad human beings, just people you don't want to be around, drama you don't want to be in, you know.
For me, a lot of it was like athletes growing up. So, like, I met Ron Artest after the year that he got suspended for beating the hell out of a Detroit fan.
Oh, I bet he was in a good mood.
It was at a CC's Pizza. Now, all right, let me paint the scene. I'm like 6, 7 years old. My dad and I are eating lunch at CC's, you know, $5 lunch buffet.
Yeah. Get money.
Ron Artest comes in, no joke, 3 different women, 9 kids,
Bruh.
and he sits at a different table than all of them.
I mean, listen, it could have been a situation where he knew 3 hard-up moms and took them to go and get some pizza, baby. But for all we know, he was feeding his 9 kids to his 3 illegitimate baby mamas. But whatever, you know, you never know. But
it's one of those things. But it's
okay, but what? Did you meet him and it didn't work out for you?
It was fun. No, it was actually interesting. Okay. I thought he would be the one that I would not like. And I met him, and honestly, I'd take him out for drinks if I ever
How
met
old
him.
were you? Was
like 6.
Okay, cool.
6, 7, whatever year. Yeah, it was like 2003, 2004, somewhere in there. So,
okay.
And then like I met Reggie Miller like later in life, like this is 2011, and he was not a nice person.
Yeah,
you know? And like, but he always had the nice person persona on TV and whatnot. Nah.
Dude, that's just how they play it. You know, like major companies will put paint a persona or a face on somebody for whatever reason they want to. You know, marketing is marketing. You know, drink your milk and take your vitamins type business. You know, brother.
So, man, you got any shows coming up?
What, like concert events?
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
Ironically, no. I mean, dude, when I put out an album, a lot of people like tour and do their thing, but like my people that listen to my stuff are so spread out. And ever since PG closed, man, God bless PG, they were phenomenal to us. Man, there's just I get offers literally all the time, but man, it always I have a prior engagement, or it's just, or sometimes I'm booked to play with artists that it's just too different. Like, I got asked to be on, there was a rock band, huge event here in town, and I would have been the only rap artist on the show, which would have been straight. But I was double booked to do double shots in Vincent's and and New Focus, and dude, I stay loyal to who brings me to the ball game, and New Focus has literally been there since before I was anyone or did anything. So, dude, I gotta help them out.
Well, if you don't mind, man, I'm gonna hit on something.
Sure.
In your past, man.
Yeah.
That I think is pretty stellar.
What?
King Kold actually appeared on the Jerry Springer show.
I did. That's real stuff, man. 2000, what was it? 2006, I think it was. Okay, let me paint the scenery for you.
Right.
How much time I got?
Oh, plenty of time. We're good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is what happened. We had a house party at my very first apartment in Trafalgar Square, and I had me and a bunch of my friends around me, and then this girl that I dated in high school. And we were all hanging out, watching Jerry Springer, drunk. And, dude, that number popped up, and I was like, bruh, what if we just called him and made up some shit? So, dude, that's what we did. We just called him and made up a complete lie, baby. We did. And I'll be damned if, like, somebody that I actually knew called me and was like, bruh, did you call them? I'm like, I did. He was like, bruh, I work for them. I can hook this all up. Everything just... So, dude, we built a lie, baby. We built a lie and sprung it on NBC. And, dude, they didn't know it was a lie until I was in the green room bathroom shaving my face, bruh. And then one of the producer ladies came up to me. Her name was Carrie. I'll never forget her because she probably hates my guts. And she was like, so, Daniel and so-and-so said that, this isn't real and like that, you're just gonna, and I was like, look, it's not real. Our storyline's 100% garbage, but you got us up here and you already paid for our ticket. You might as well just let me do my thing, and I promise you I will give you a stellar show. And, dude, they liked it so much that they offered me pay-per-view 5 different times. And dude, you can't do pay-per-view with Springer because it's always I'm in love with a goat, or like my brother's a Klansman and I don't know why storyline. And I'm like, bruh, there's some things that a man will not do to get on cable. But bruh, I lied to NBC to get up there, and me and my friends kind of played them. I felt bad about it, but whatever. It's history.
Too, I remember tuning in there, Springer one late night, and we talked about this, you and I, and seeing Jamie Dundee on there.
Yeah,
like, what the hell? Well, and he was pimping out his sister on the show.
Here's the thing. First of all, Jamie Dundee is just a very magnanimous personality. Just a dude. He will make you believe something. Yeah. He will make you hate something. He will make you love something. And dude, when I went on Springer, white trash everywhere discovered me and who I was. And dude, this was before Facebook. MySpace barely existed then. So like, it was a big deal to be a musician that was not signed to a label that ended up on NBC and took up any cable time.
That clip's actually on YouTube, is it not?
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. NBC removed a bunch of Springer stuff due to content. Like all of those big companies, those mass media companies, Viacom and all those, are starting to merge together because of big deals. So like, eventually Disney will probably own everything, and they will end up, I mean, dude, Disney owns Miramax Films, so like the Saw movies and stuff like that gets put out by Disney. They put out the Great Malenko album by ICP. A lot of people don't know that through Hollywood Records. It is. It's a phenomenal record, dude. But, big companies use these little sub-chapter companies to put out this really dark art, but they don't want to be like, they don't want the Saw Jigsaw character to be in the same universe as Goofy the dog.
Sure.
But dude, he is, and it's just the way it is.
I mean, we should be on the Maury show now. I have a friend who actually is scheduled to be on the Maury show.
That's legit.
Well, I know one person, I won't get into details, that is actually legit with me, been on that show twice.
Bruh. You know what?
That's how you know you're making it. You know?
Look, when these big media companies call me and they're like, hey, we'll do this with you, and they fly you out, they pay for everything, they pick you up from a limo, from the airport in a limo. Bruh, you're whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want me to go out there and, backflip off of the stage and cut somebody?
I say we come up with another story and, we all go on.
Well, we can't go on Springer anymore, man. It's been replaced. The same people that did Springer do the Steve Wilkos show, and they wanted me to do that, but dude, I wouldn't do it. And I did my walking segment, the last segment of the Springer show with Steve, and he was a great dude, but his show is all about he ridicules you hardcore with a K, and not like Springer doesn't, but like he'll like throw you off of the stage, and like it's just a different level of rudeness. And I don't like repeating myself, so like the Springer stuff was cool, but you move on. I want a WrestleMania appearance or like a Grammys appearance or something, and you just can't do that encumbering your life with Maury episodes and stuff like that,
So we're gonna go back to the hard rock here. We got Slayer, who just had a performance up in Indy.
Yeah.
It was a killer show, from what I understand. Friend Logan went.
Yeah.
Said Slayer was the best out of everybody by a lot. The Lamb of God was really good too. So.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
So we got Slayer, Mastodon, and Pantera. Come back here, do one little wrap up. Talk about hopefully coming back next week. Depends on how my travels go this next weekend. So
real quick, don't forget this Saturday 5:30 at Rena Center.
Yeah, Rena Center, Diamond Avenue location, baby.
So
NFW. Yeah, New
Wrestling
Focus
for
Wrestling.
Hunger.
Wrestling for Hunger, baby. 2 canned goods get you in the event. It's going to be phenomenal. The benefit shows are always the best ones, man, because they come from the heart.
I just might smack you with the chair.
You know what, baby? Bring it. You bring 2 canned goods and we'll talk.
yeah. But as I said, we get back to the metal. I don't know what we're doing next week. Moose and I'll talk about that. And
my question is how close are we to getting a tattoo here?
It is going to overtime, my friends.
Oh, bruh.
So we got 5 more minutes of sweating here.
Bruh.
Yeah, we got Slayer, Mastodon, Pantera. Thanks for listening as always. This is 91.5 WUEV. 2.5 seconds left in overtime, and Portland has the ball.
Ooh.
They're down 2, so if Portland was to tie it or hit a 3, be sweating a little bit more here, obviously.
Bro, if I hit this 3, I'm going to lose it a lot.
That's a massive amount of ass sweat you got going on over there, man.
That's stressful.
Yeah, it's been a riot tonight. Thanks for coming out, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Check King Kold out, man.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Hey, can I take 2 minutes to shout out like 5 people?
You know it.
Okay, shout out Cluid. Shout out Stats VA and Dizzy in Australia. I know you guys are going to hear this eventually. Shout out Xavier Adams in Canada. That's my other artist up there, baby. Everybody in Evansville, I love y'all. Thank y'all for your support. Shout out Tommy Ellis for letting us do the news for you. Good people, good times. And Matt Lynn, thank you for looking out and getting your boy booked here, man. It's been a great time watching old Zach sweat over this tattoo situation.
We'll definitely have you back, man, before this station goes on.
Before we inevitably get hit with that hammer, that band hammer.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll turn out that night too. So.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it'll be great.
Phenomenal. If you weren't here at the beginning, we did break the news. If you haven't seen it already, WUEV was sold to a Christian rock station, so it's just what the world needed.
Which is great, because they'll definitely be playing King Kold the Rapper. That's going to work out phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
They love me, bro.
Man, I was voting up for grabs for the number 1 Christian album of the year.
I'll be honest with you, that you will never hear King Kold put out a Christian album, and not because I don't believe in God.
Your
but
boy's
I don't
not getting an ass tat.
Oh yeah, Zach!
Real quick,
Congratulations, no ass tat, baby, no ass tat for Zach.
Saturday was my 17th year anniversary with my beloved wife.
Oh, congratulations!
We've been
That's
together
beautiful.
22 years. Been married 17, and
damn,
so
that's a lot.
Mo's just out here telling everybody how old he is.
That's all right,
I mean, whatever. You openly admit. I mean, Zach, you're a younger cat too. How old are you?
21.
Okay, so this guy's 21.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
33 this year.
he's fresh bar meat, 21.
Hey, I mean, whatever. Those are the best years, baby. Go out there and get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, last few weeks have been pretty stressful for me. A lot of traveling.
I mean, but there's a phrase in wrestling that there's the only thing real about the business is the money and the miles.
Yeah.
And you got to put in the time and the effort, to get anywhere in the world. You can't expect to sit in Evansville and have a good
Yeah,
time.
that's been my whole thing. Is
You
like,
scraped by, bro.
Yeah, we're good. We won $200.
You got $200, man. That's legit. So you're gonna legitimately get this man Moe's?
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Yeah, that was a verbal contract. I was there for that, Zach. I heard you say.
If he loses and gets
that
tattooed,
was the deal. If I
I'll
lost,
give him some O's.
Oh, so you were going to give him the burritos for sympathy to make his
just look out for my homeboy over there,
That's cool, man.
It's all good. I mean,
What else are
I mean, I would do the same thing for you, man. If you got a,
Bro, if I ever end up getting a horrible tattoo on me,
I'm buying you Moe's, man.
Right on, man. I might get a horrible tattoo just to get some free snacks.
There you go, man. It's about the hustle.
Cover up my, riddle box tattoo or whatever.
Man, it's been fun. Of course, down the last few weeks, I've been looking for a new job because, some things happen here and there, but hopefully I can get on at one of these radio stations, spread my love and knowledge of music somewhere else.
Yeah. And if that doesn't happen, we talked about doing a podcast like you're doing.
Oh, yeah, dude, definitely.
And if anybody out there needs video or audio edited and wants to pay a homeboy some money.
Yeah, Zach's got you.
I do. I actually edited 9 hours
Zach
of video.
will even come over to your house and clean your gutters for you,
I'll break in your couch. I'll take over for was it the spread?
For the spread.
Yeah.
Any info on the spread, man?
He actually wrote me a letter last week. Yeah. He said it's been a lot like how summer camp is, where you have just so much time to yourself and you can be lost in thought. He's out at catch up. He's out in Marine training. Out San Diego.
No, that's legit.
And
Sunny Cali.
It's where tough men are made, baby.
There you go. Here's a fun story. Before he left, he got his girlfriend pregnant.
That's about how that works too.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
It's been
army of 1 plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have that. Oh, I am for the record. King Kold the Rapper is available in a beautiful spread in the latest issue of News for You, by the way. So definitely check that out. Definitely scoop one up. Holler at me, I'll sign it for you.
Yeah, News for You's got a lot of great stuff. I really enjoy the album reviews section that they do. I wrote a few album reviews for them a couple of years ago, but haven't done anything since. I actually hope to get back into that.
Can anybody buy your stuff anywhere here in town?
Yeah, if you go to Hard Copies in Eastland Mall in Evansville, Indiana, you can absolutely pick up my first and second album. The third one sold out incredibly fast, and they didn't end up in stores. Drink Alone, it became such. That's my fourth album. It became such a popular thing where people ended up grabbing them and then eBaying them and making an outrageous amount of money off of them because I did such a small press of those. So they didn't end up in the store, and Rabbit Hole didn't end up in there because of the pre-orders.
Yeah.
So the physical copy thing is kind of phasing out. We're focusing more on advertising, sponsoring links, pushing music videos and that type of thing, man, and having people more buy into our product, and T-shirts, merchandising, stuff like that at live events. It's just streams are the way of the world now. It's what it is.
So you have any advice for let's say there's a band in town or another town where music scene is very bar centric, kind of how Evansville is.
Yeah, 100%.
Bar and park centric, because we do have or occasional music festival in the park and stuff.
Yeah, I mean Mesker occasionally they do one at the shelter houses or whatever. Advice for up and coming musicians: branch out. Evansville is a great place, but the people in Evansville will support you 110%, but they will support you in a different aspect if you go outside of Evansville and you're making it. I was here for 15 years doing music, 10 years for doing music here. But when I went to LA and started doing music videos and developing my art in different aspects, people saw that I was taking myself more seriously, so they respect it more and they see the effort that's put into it. So if anything, put more effort into yourself, but branch outside of your comfort zone and outside of your surroundings to get it. Work with as many people as you can, but not just in your home city.
What brought you back to Evansville?
I own 4 houses here. I won't be leaving, baby. But like I said, I go to LA and I'll do music videos, or I'll go to Nashville and do some recordings here and there if I feel like it. But Evansville is where I grew up, and I cut my teeth here. I did my first performance here. My kids were born here. Sure. Like, I love my city, and I hope only good things for it. So, bro, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon unless there's a lot of money involved. And somebody else's money, not mine, you know what I'm saying?
Have you thought about going on tour?
Man, I've actually reached out. I've had some offers too to do tours, but man, it costs a lot of money to be out and about, and then all 3 of my kids are under 5 years old. Yeah. So like when I left working a full-time job, I promised myself that I wouldn't do anything where I had to be away from my children for a long period of time. So a lot of times I won't tour. But if I get the right opportunity and it's the right tour and it's a ride-along thing where I don't have to drive myself, brah, I'll do it. But man, it's gotta be the right scenario. I'm not going to pay to do events.
It's not as glamorous as what people think it is. Trust me.
No, dude, it's awful. It's a grind.
It's funny. A lot of these rockumentaries make it look like it is the life. Well, and for some it is.
Well, that's after the fact of the label paying for stuff.
When you achieve some success and money's coming in, you don't have to worry about nothing. Yeah. You don't have to load your gear and you don't have to do nothing. But when you're on the road and you legitimately turn to make money.
Yeah. When I do a tour, an event, man, I'm breaking down my merch table and put my stuff up. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it goes,
Then you're on to the next show, man.
On to the next event, That's what it is.
All right, last question.
Sure.
Your dream gig. Living or dead, you get to be paired with one artist for one night. Where's it at and who is it with?
Okay, if I could do an event with one artist, man, I would really, really, really like to do an event with someone like Ludacris or KRS-One would be cool.
KRS-One would be
and you know what? Shit. You know why I would want to do that? Because KRS-One is a legend, and I would want to do an event with somebody that I could watch everything they do and learn from. Yep. It's like watching older wrestlers, do their art. It's like, man, it's so important to look at people that have come before you and to absorb that knowledge, then to develop yourself, and then to just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, But like when you see someone like KRS-One or Luda to his credit, or Andre 3000, Eminem even, like when you see someone like that that's just so structured and has like this great foundation for their art, man, like there's a laundry list of people I love to work with.
Yeah.
But really what I want to do is I want to be the artist that builds themselves up. So like the younger artists look at me and they're like, man, that's my dream collaboration. That's my dream concert. I want to open for King Kold the rapper.
Sure.
That's where I'm at in the world. I'm working to make that next step, And this is just one of the little milestones in my life, baby.
Man, we appreciate you coming on.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me. I'm glad it happened, baby.
We'll have you on again before then, man.
I mean, this was my first time on radio, so y'all, took my radio V card. That's great.
Hey, real quick, your your podcast.
Oh yeah,
what's the link for that?
King Cold Power Plays. We're on YouTube. You can easily find it. King Cold Power Plays. Look us up. Podcast. All of our videos. They're all on the same channel. Power Requires Hustle. Super easy to find.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. We got one last song to close us out. We got a Limp Bizkit. Close out with some rock rap here with Rollin', the clean version, of course.
Yeah, dude. Undertaker. That's good stuff.
But you all have a wonderful night. Thanks for listening as always.
Cheer.
Happy birthday, Dad.
See ya.
See you around.